Hello everyone, Galactic Seas. We're going to be doing a run at the ladder. This time we're going to be using our nature deck here. So let's jump right in and let's see how we do. I've been running the Deception God in that deck for pretty much all of the streams that I've done except for the competition that I was in. It was the Mana League competition that you had to use different decks. And in that one, I also did use a Deception deck. However, I also used a Light or a Priest deck. It was actually very fun. It was a very fun match. Going against this guy, I have to remember that we're not playing Deception, so choose our powers accordingly. I like this card. It's pretty good. It has a ward. It's 4 mana. This is a tough choice. They're both good cards. This removes 1 durability from the opponent's weapon, so let's keep that. Send this one back. That's a good card, but it's a really high mana. I believe we're going to be... oh man. Do we keep the 6 and the 4, or do we see what comes out of our mulligan after we choose? Let's keep these and go with that. We're going first, of course. That usually means that you get 1 mana crystal. I figured that we're going to start filling the board early. Let's see how many minions I can get out there. You get 1 mana crystal to use once per turn. If you go first, you get 1 mana crystal. If you go second, you get 3 mana crystals. So it'll kind of keep you ahead of the curve, I suppose. I don't necessarily like to use the mana crystal early. If we click it now for a 3 play, it'll remove 1 durability from their weapon. And their weapon is not too bad, it's a 1-1. I mean, it's still damage coming in, of course. But we can handle at least 1 hit of damage. They're probably going to go for face with both of their weapon and their minion. I really do like to conserve, if I have just the 1 mana crystal and I'm going first, I really do like to conserve that mana crystal until maybe a little bit later in the game. It doesn't always guarantee that you're going to have better plays, but it is, it's, I would say, situational, depending on how aggressive or how much pressure there is on the board early. You may need to use it early. If you have some good control early, then there's no, and you don't see a absolute need to use the crystal. Save it if you're getting, I suppose, maybe behind or starting to get out of hand, and you see that you can fit that crystal in. Great. Let's move that durability from that weapon, and now use our be mana efficient and use our 3 mana card. Well, the Wild Hog did not do what we wanted it to do, but it's fine. We still got damage to them, and we have 2 minions that they can't clear with their single minion. The deck that I'm running here on this is heavy early and heavy late game, as you can see from the plethora of large the high cost mana cards. That makes it tough to do. Alright. So, deal 3 damage to a random enemy creature. If you are frenzied, also refresh 3 mana. So this will put us back at 4. This is a very good card. Definitely one of my favorites. So now we've cleared a minion, and we are also back up to 4 mana crystals, like we started. And we're going to use the Sentient Shard. This has ward. That's that blue shield that you see around it. That's so that It'll stop. It'll stop. Like it says on here, blocks one instance of Destroy, Transform, Sleep, or non-attack damage from any opponent source. What's cool about this one is it actually reshuffles back into your deck. That's the Afterlife. So it adds another card of the same beneath the second card from your deck. So 3 cards from now, the third card coming in will be that card. In theory, that's what it should be. We'll be able to clear this minion with our hero power. I'm so used to playing the Deception God that hero power is for 2 mana. You 6 3 for 5.5. This is where the Deception God hero power 2 mana. You get a card from their domain, from the opposing god's domain. What I was saying earlier is saving that mana crystal until it's absolutely necessary. Right here we have 5 mana crystals. At 5, we have 5.5 mana crystals. 1 mana crystal will count as the other half to fill that in for 6, and then we have the giant pangolin, who has blitz, which means it's like a dash, I guess you could say. And it has armor. It also has confused, so it won't always hit the intended target. Since we have more God Favor, which is the number 15 that you see right here, we're going to take the Rune of Sight because they are low. They have 4 cards in hand. I want to keep them from adding more cards to their arsenal because there's obviously more options that they'll have. Now, if you're at 5 mana and not 5.5 like you see here at the on this the 6th mana gem is actually split in half. If you're at 5 mana and not 5.5 and you use the mana crystal, it won't put you at 6 mana. You'll only get up to 5.5 mana. Here's the Imperial shard again. So just keep that in mind. Really think through with how you're going to be using your crystal and when, because as you go on from once you get to 5 mana crystals, then the crystals start to split, and I'll go over that more here in just a second. We don't absolutely need a card draw. Let's put a minion out on the floor so we can have a body out there. As you get to, for example, the 6th mana crystal, you're obviously at 5.5, and then it takes 2 turns after 5, after reaching 5 mana to get to the full 6th mana crystal. Same thing for the 7th mana crystal. It takes 2 full turns to get to the full 7th mana crystal, and then 3 for the 8th, and then 4 for the 9th. So this card is very fun. It gives their minion a shield. So strongest creature without protect. Protect is that shield that you saw around it. It was gold. They're forcing me to attack their 2/3. However, the pangolin is not going to take any damage because it has 2 armor and this only has 2 attack. With this card out, it's it may not necessarily hit the 2/3 if we go with the pangolin first. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to snipe that 1/1 card with our hero power. And this is deal 1 damage to a random enemy creature and heal your god for 1. Let's see how lucky we get. The card from the Sanctum that they used was the Ambitious Adventurer, which is a draw a card. We didn't snipe it, that's okay. Everything happened backwards. It's not ideal, but it also was expected. We do want to keep this card so it can keep cycling through. We're not too late in the game to pull the Ominous Burrow, so let's keep those cards. And now we know what's coming up ahead, so now we know we obviously pulled the card from that. For C2, for C list, you look at the top X number of cards in your deck, and then you choose any number of cards, and they go back to the bottom of your deck. So if we had highlighted either this one or the other card, it would have been sent to the bottom of the deck. Like I said before, I want to keep. Oops. Like I said before, I want to keep cycling through. I had to double check it. I attack with this guy already. Sometimes if you try to attack a creature and you don't, you cancel the attack. It won't be highlighted anymore, and it'll seem like you already attacked with it even though you haven't. Wow, that's 5-3. We can board through this. We're going to do that. Here's a Canopy Barrage for 4 damage. Ominous Burrow. Hopefully they're not able to clear it. Backline means that if there are other creatures on the board, it cannot be attacked unless it's the only creature on the board. They'll definitely clear it. Okay. Next turn, we're going to pull out our Juggernaut. I love that name. That's very clever. And we're starting to see higher mana cards on their end and more attack towards the face. Oh, perfect. Actually not perfect. Okay. Well, let's use the hunt. Deal 8 damage, randomly splitting them all among all enemy creatures. They have 5. That will give us a board clear, plus leave 1 mana behind for us. We'll take the card from the Sanctum that draws a card. It's not one of my favorite cards, especially because it gives the opponent the advantage of having another card as well. But it can come in handy if you're running low on cards. They get to so this card has Blessed. When you play Blessed, you choose out of 3 cards something, whatever options are in front of you. You choose. You can either gain God Favor, take away God Favor from your opponent. You can change the cards in the Sanctum. It varies. Does this have God Blitz? No, just Blitz. Okay. And we're really pushing here. We're kind of close with our health. We can come back. I've been in tougher situations before. We do need to try to build up that God Favor. The God Favor is that number 6 right here. You build it up as you clear minions or as you hit the enemy. Oof. Does he have Blitz? Very good. It's a very, very good card. Let's pull out both our 4 mana cards. This has Twin Strike, so that's the double blades. It can hit myself, it can hit my hero, and a minion as well, or it can just hit 2 minions and board clear. I don't remember if that card, if it has Blitz. No, I think they still have to wait until it's activated. Hmm. So they definitely have some high mana cards. For 7 mana, that's a really good card. They're trying to fill the board with more minions so that the confused 5 mana doesn't hit the intended target, which is a 6/6. Let's see what we can do here. That would have been good earlier. Let's see if we were able to clear that here. Let's see how lucky we are, guys. We're going to try to hit that 5/1 and snipe it with our hero power. Nope, just cleared the shield on that guy. Well, that's all the plays that we have. It looks like that's game for this time. We'll definitely need to review and see where we went wrong. Well, that was a good run. Definitely going up against some strong cards. We had some strong cards as well. I think this is the second time that I get hung up on the mulligan. Let's shoot for another round here. And I'll upload it once we get to that. Oh man, we dropped in rank. No worries, this is ladder. We go back and forth all the time. That'll be it for now. I might jump on and do another quick upload later tonight, or maybe here in a few minutes. I'm not sure yet. I do want to review my deck, just to make sure that it's up to par with what we're going up against here. Thanks for stopping by, guys.